So today we're going to look at how you can design your very own card deck box inside Canva. It's relatively straightforward and I'm so excited to show you. So first, head to carddeckprinting.com and move to the New Start Here section and click on Packaging Options. This is going to take you to all the information you need to know around creating your box. So first, you want to download the template. This is going to make things so easy for you. Click on the free download button and it's going to download a zip file to your computer. When you open up that folder, you'll see a whole range of files here. So first, you need to choose the size of cards that you have created. For me today, I'm going to use the 3.5 by 5 inch cards. So I'm going to click on this final file here. And you'll see in here a whole range of options again. These options are for the amount of cards you have in your deck, because as you'll imagine, if you have 10 cards in your deck or if you have 100 cards in your deck, your box has to be a different size. So you need to make sure you select the right size here. So for me, I made a 50 card deck, so I'm going to choose the 49 to 55 card file size. So once you've got that worked out, then head over to Canva. So Canva is a free online design program that you can use to create your graphics. It is quite user-friendly and really easy. So once you've opened up Canva, go to create a design and you want to navigate to the bottom here for custom size. This is where you can add in your own sizing for the pages, which is what we want. We want to make sure as well that we've got the units here set to inches rather than pixels, millimeters, or centimeters. Make sure it's selected on inches and type in here 12 and 9. This is going to be the right size page to add in that template we've just downloaded. So press create a design. Then you want to navigate to the upload section here, upload files, and navigate to that file that you just downloaded. So I'm going to go to 3.5 by 5 and choose my right size and press open. And that's going to then upload that file into Canva. I'm going to click on that and it's going to insert into my design. Once that's in there, I want to make sure that I'm dragging my design right up to this top corner. Now you'll see my design here. I have what's called the print bleed turned on because I had to have this on when I designed my cards. You do not need to use this for doing your box. So I'm actually just going to turn that off now so I don't get confused. File, settings, and show print bleed. I'm going to unselect that. Once this is in the top left-hand corner, grab this bottom handle and drag it all the way to the bottom. Make sure this is exactly clicked so it's the perfect size for this design. Once this is now done, I can start my design. So this box, if you can picture it, this will be the front of your box and this will be the back of your box. These will be the sides of your box, the top of your box, the bottom of your box, and this side here will be glued in, so this won't be visible on your print inside under this side, so it'll be all wrapped around together into your box. And this little bit will be the flap that then goes and opens and closes. So to do this, you can either choose to go to the cards that you designed and maybe design one extra card to put into this section here, so you've got your front designed. However, I like to have a color in the whole background of my design to make sure it's going to be seamless when it's printed. So I can select my background here. Now you'll see actually because this design is in top of my background, I'm having trouble selecting the background of my design. So I'm just going to shimmy this out of the way for a moment, click on the background here, and I could change the color to say green, and I could move this then back in place. But for me, I'm going to go to my brand kit inside Canva. This is a Canva Pro feature, and just grab my graphic here and put that in. You can choose to go to elements here and you could search anything at all. For the card deck, I showed you how to use grass, or you can use paper here and you could pop any kind of patterns in that you would like to. For me, for my business, I'm going to choose this background here. I don't have to make this the full size of the whole page, but I do have to make sure it's the full size of my actual template design. So if you see in here, if I just delete my background, I need to make sure that it's the same size as this design here. So I'm going to just move this over here. Now you notice that I can't see my template anymore. If I go to position here, I'll be able to navigate to the layers panel here. And I can see the different layers I have working in my design. So right now I have my green background layer and I have my template layer. So I'm actually going to click on this and drag it so it goes underneath so I can now see the template that I'm working with. Now to save myself some time, I'm going to open up my card deck file and use the same design I've already got here because this makes sense for me. I want to have it the same cover, drag and select to grab the different parts of my design that I want. So I'm going to drag and select, click on my 3 dots and press copy, move back over to this design here in my other tab, right click again and press paste. Then I can bring this down so it sits right in the front of my design. When you're doing this, just always make sure that it's totally centered within it. As you can see here, this red line here indicates the exact front of the box. The green line that you see inside it is just a bit of a margin to say, hey, maybe don't put anything important too close to those edges. So I'm just going to make sure that my design is perfectly centered within here and here. And this is looking pretty good. I'm also going to add in my logo, so I'm just going to copy that from my card as well. Copy and paste. I just use the keyboard shortcuts that time instead of using my right click feature. You can do either or. And now I need to think about the rest of the design, mainly the back. The back here, you can place anything that you'd like to. Maybe it's an information section about the cards. Maybe it's a bit of information about you as a creator. Maybe it's your website. Maybe it's a barcode. Whatever it is, you can add that to this back section. I've just also remembered something I want to make sure I add to this front, and that is a bit of a description around what the cards even are. I'm just going to select all of these together and right click and press group just so I can grab these easily. Then I'm going to insert some more text and type in a bit about the cards. Now, as I said with the card decks, you don't want to go too much smaller than size 9. Probably somewhere between size 9 to 12 is really great for your body text kind of copy. For the back here, on the front, you can kind of make it as large as you can, with it still fitting nicely. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Now it's time to work on the back. So I'm going to insert some more text and type in what I want here. Now, as you can see, this text is really large, and that's because it's size 18. So I don't need it to be size 18. So I'm going to bring it down to size maybe 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever. If you have lots of text, you might need to make it a bit smaller. If you have a bit more text, you might want to make it a bit bigger. A pro hack too here is if you have a printer at home, you just want to test this out, feel free to send this through your own printer. You can even cut it out. I often do this myself. Cut it out and fold it up and see if you're happy with how it looks, because often things will look different and feel different when they're printed out. But if you don't have a printer at home, you can just forget that step. Now, I could add in a barcode here or a QR code. If you want to add in a barcode, just head over to upcs.com and you can create your barcode there. For me, I'm going to add in a QR code to my website because I'm not going to sell this in shops, but I might direct people to my website. So if you actually go to apps inside Canva on the left-hand panel here, you can even type in QR code. You'll see there's a lot of QR code options here. I'm just going to select the basic one, type in my URL, press generate code, and it's going to create a little QR code for me here. And I'm going to use that in the corner here like I would a barcode, but you can add it whatever you like in here. The world is your oyster. This is just what I'm doing. I'm also going to add in some text for my website. I'm going to make this a bit smaller because it's less important, but again, I'm trying not to go too small that it gets unreadable. And then something else you might want to do here is put a little mock-up of your cards and what they look like on the inside. So I'm going to go over to my cards here, press share, and I'm going to just download 3 of my pages as a PNG file instead. So I'm going to click on this select pages option, this down arrow, and just unselect all the pages here and just choose 3 of my pages, click on done, and download these as an image. And then I'm going to go to my uploads, click on upload files, and select the 3 cards I've just downloaded. And then I'm going to rotate one and just make them look like they're flayed out a little bit. If I want to as well, I can go to edit here and I can even add a light shadow to it. Once I'm happy with one shadow, I can even select this one, use the copy style feature and paste it to my next slide so I don't have to apply that same shadow to each of them. That just gives people a bit of an idea of what is inside. The final thing I want to add in here is some text on our edges on our top. So I'm going to just add in a new text box and type in here my card deck name. I'm going to rotate this design to being this way, this text box. I'm also going to make it a little bit smaller. 18 is quite large. I'll just make it a tiny bit smaller. Put that there, trying again to make sure it's centered within this green area. I'm going to make another one by pressing duplicate, bringing that over to this side, using my rotate tool to rotate it around the other way. I'm going to duplicate it again and I'll add some text up the top here. Rotate it around so it's straight and add it to this top section here. Now I could keep this the same text, I could do something different, but I'm going to be a bit playful with mine and say open me for inspo or inspiration. I'll do inspo because it's a bit of a shorter word. Again, making sure that is centered within your green section. If I zoom out here, you'll see it's really coming together now. Once you're happy with your design, there is one more step to do, and that is to duplicate this page. So if you're on the thumbnail view like I am here, you can just press the 3 dots here and press duplicate. Or if you're on the scroll view, you can press this duplicate button here. And I want to now delete this template. Press delete. And so I need to have a page with both the template on it and with a template without it that just has my design on it. Once I have that all set up, I'm going to go to share, download, change my file type from PNG over to PDF print. I don't need to have crop marks and bleed ticked on, but I do need to select flatten PDF. I want to make sure both of my pages are selected, and I can choose if I want the RGB color or if I have Canva Pro, I can choose CMYK. CMYK will just be a little bit more muted than RGB. It's totally personal preference of which you'd like to do. Just remember that all print colors will look slightly different to what you see on your screen. Once you're happy, press download and it will download your file. Once that file has been downloaded to your computer, navigate back to the packaging options here and go to printing your card deck. And here is where you'll be uploading your card deck, and you can also upload your printing box to here as well. So I'm going to click here to go to our order page, scroll down here, and so I can add in all my card details, and I can press upload your design, and so you would upload your design here for your cards, and you would also upload your box design here. So there you go. That is how you can design your very own card deck box inside Canva. Enjoy.